Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the show this evening is AK and the People's Champion, Albert. How we doing, boys?
Good evening, Oxjert. Good evening, Albert, and everybody that's listening.
Good evening, guys. How are you two?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Looking forward to the game. I'm all right. AK?
Aye, good, pal. Good. Aye, good to be on with Albert, the People's Champion. Does that make him a Jimmy White at Rangers Radio?
It might sound like Jimmy White.
That's more like it.
Have you recovered for somebody's win at the weekend, AK?
Gutty Docs. What is he like, man? He is feeding us nonsense just so he can win himself, isn't he? That's what it looks like. Steers inquiry.
Oh. Let's just say that was a pleasant phone call when you called me, eh?
He'd a cheap to get a bet builder up and all.
Yes. Well, it's amazing how some people are just lucky and everything all better, isn't it?
Oh, aye. Life is good for certain people, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's no doubt about that. The rest is I've just got to get on with it.
Yes. Talking about people getting on with it, can I just get a shout out to our Fox? A big shout to our Fox for everybody here at Rangers Radio. Yes?
Yep.
I suppose we better mention Old School Blue as well. I think Old School
Blue. All the best, folks.
Old School
All
Blue
the best.
With me. Yeah. Right, okay. Listen, we've got a big game on tonight. I'm going to get your thoughts briefly on it. AK will get your thoughts briefly where we are after Saturday. Albert, and then we'll hear from the manager. Yeah? And the phone lines on.
Sure, aye.
Aye,
no problem.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right, AK, just briefly, where are we? Thoughts?
Where are we? Reset mode again, and we're hoping that this one, we need a run of wins, Ox. That's the only way he's going to last any sort of tenure. And I know the Rangers supporter last chance to win has already been there and gone. I think a lot of people were hoping that they'd pulled the trigger before now, but I think it's obvious that Andrew Kavanagh's been out there for a reason, and he's probably laid it down to him. You don't start winning, I can't save you. There's your jotter. So we've progressed to the into the semis of the League Cup. Good victory against Hibs. I thought we played okay, to be fair. They had their chances, we had our chances, and we've just got to start somewhere. But I thought the crowd was fair to the team on Saturday, and it showed in some of the performances. But only wins will keep the wheels away for the door, Ox. Simple as that.
Right, well, that's the same. We've always said that, all better.
Oh, that's it, mate. It's as simple as that, isn't it? It's pretty overcomplicated at times. The supporter all shouting and bawling. It's the results. That's for any manager, mate. That's not just for our managers. That's any manager. If you don't get results, wins, you're off. You're going the trip. There's no doubt about that. You're going the trip. We think because it's a Rangers manager that, he needs to win 5 games without a victory in the league is not acceptable. It's not acceptable, but it happens. It's not happened for 47 years. It doesn't matter. It happens, isn't it? What's what you're going through and all that. You can make excuses all day long and reasons or whatever you want, but it's going to be results in the end. It's your man across the city. He's winning most of these games and most of the trophies. He goes on a run of games that he doesn't win. They'll be calling for his head or not. It's just the way it is, mate. Best managers in the world have been sacked. So I'm not that bothered with that. I don't bother much about the carry on and the noise behind it, because at the end of the day, the club's got to start moving forward as a unit. It's got to get built and move forward as a unit. Martins just happens to be a part of that process. Yeah. But again, whether we win the 5 games and lose the next 5 games, the call will be back out again. It's just wins. End of the season's when they dish out the trophies. Well, December and the end of the season when they dish out the trophies. That's when you'll make your mind up that we're successful or a failure. At the moment, it's not looking good, but it'll no stay this way. You know that will no stay this way. We'll start winning. We've started winning games. Let's hope that continues. 1-0. I don't care. Just keep winning games. He doesn't particularly care at the moment.
Listen, mate, I know it's maybe if we beat Hearts 1-0 and beat Dundee 1-0, the mood would be completely different. Yeah.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, it's thin margins, it's thin lines. We're all great about performances and styles of play and all this carry. You're going, hold on a minute. If you start winning games, that comes naturally, mate. It's just all settle into place. But with every pass and every missed pass gets booed, and every performance is analysed to the nth degree, you're saying, look, hold on a minute. It's just one of the things that will come good, and the only thing that will make it come good is victories. Done. End of story, mate.
Aye. Results. And if I throw in the beats at 1-2-1, you know, domestically we've had a decent start in the campaign, but obviously that's it didn't happen, AK, and you have to then you're under pressure to turn it around.
Aye, both. That's what it is. It's results at our club. It's all about winning, and we haven't been winning enough for any of our liking. Nobody's happy with the situation the club is in the league. As you say, the injustices against Hearts got overlooked, so to speak. The officials got away with that, but we were cheated in that game. And be under no illusion about that. We were cheated, not just once, twice, 3 times. We were cheated. That should never have been allowed. The goal was Shankland. They should never have got a penalty. Guy never touched them. In our goal, there was nothing wrong with it. We might not deserve the 3 points, but we should have got them. And that would have made a huge difference for the pressure that's came towards the manager. Listen, can I just say something else before we move on to Saturday? I showed up a wee bit early just to see what the kind of protests and that was all about. And that's all that was called for, by the way. It wasn't boycotts, it was protests for the UAB. Boycotts weren't called for the RSA or the FAB. No boycotts. The only thing about boycotts was individuals on Rangers forums, social media. So no boycotts were called. I've seen a lot of nonsense on social media about why is the UB taking up their section, why is everybody getting in there, this and that. I also seen videos on social media. Guys just going down there. I'm going to
give you a wee bit of advice. Do yourself a favour and stay off of social media. What do you think, Albert?
Oh, I stay well away from it. Yeah, I've said it before. I'll keep what I said. Landed a bomb pots.
Well, it was utter nonsense, mate. That's all I'll say.
He's a heat bomb pot, Albert.
People more interested in my jersey points and supporting the team. No for me.
Oh, mate, well,
I'm not doing the inside.
We called it last week, didn't we? We said some of the people spouting some of the stuff, mate. If we get through and the draws a certain team, they'll all be looking for tickets. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We called it. I mean, you can see it coming. You can see it coming.
Look, I should have won.
Why? Why should you have won? Why?
It's just a joke there for Southside.
Put your case forward. Right. Look, we get it. People are frustrated at the kick-half time, crap kick-half time, all better. You know?
It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. See for the just a lot on that. See for these tele companies to get that kick-off time, they should be paying premium money to get that kick-off time. That's ridiculous, mate. I mean, that's Sky, for example, what they're doing with that Premier League. Who is it? TNT. It's got the Saturday games in the Premier League. And if you watch it, Sky's fly. They've got the Sunday games, they've got the Saturday games. But the Sky, see, like if there's 10 million people watching all the games on Saturday, or split up between the games, well, Sky's getting that 3 times over in the Sunday because they've got 3 different kick-off times. So there's 10 million people watching. 10 million people are watching each game, so they're getting 30 million. I'm noticing that's the right number. There's fire numbers out there. So they're getting 30 million in the Sunday, whereas the Saturday teams, the TNT, they're splitting that between all the games because they're all off. Most of them are off at 3 o'clock. It's mental, mate. They've carved it up that much to themselves. They got all the advantage for very little now. They're putting in very little to anything outside the Premiership. And it's got
if you've done the economics, mate, the money we're making off the television companies, it's costing us with these all the teams, mate, because of these outrageous kick-off times, mate. It affects your home games when they're showing them, let's be honest. 5:45 on Saturday. I'm not saying the ground would have been full. There's circumstances behind that. That's a factor. Even if we were playing well, I think there's still empty seats there because of the time, mate. And people don't like it, and I don't think it's good for the game. It's good for the TV punters, AK, but I don't think it's good for the supporters making their way to the game because it's not a time, a traditional football time, if you like.
No, well, when we were
5:45, you're usually aim for the game.
I was just going to.
Wait a minute, is that AM or PM?
I was just going to say that there, Albert. When we were starting our game, that's when most games are finishing, and it's just no practical for the people coming up from England and Earth and Northern Ireland and that. For that game, zero consideration there, so no argument there.
But that's not taken away from the fact that there's people chose not to go for, because they're not happy with the team that's playing. I understand that, Albert. People are entitled to their point of view.
Absolutely. Do what you want. Do what you want, mate. If that's what you want to do it. I'm not going to get played. So I don't particularly like it. I'm not in the booing and all that carry on.
I'm never saying I would do it, mate. I'm never saying I would do it. What I'm saying, I understand it.
I understand it. I can understand it. And is it justifiable? In their eyes, it is justifiable. So if that's the way you feel, carry on. Not for me, but it's not for me, I must admit.
Yeah, right, okay, well, what are we on? How did we get doing that road? Somebody was trying to punch a ticket for the game. That's what started that. Right. Right. So, we're here for the manager, yeah?
Yeah,
yep.
Go for it,
You can comment on it. Maybe even have an idea of what the team's going to be without it. And then we'll get the phone lines open. Yes?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep.
Oh, let's hear for your manager.
Hi Russell, can you just give us an update on some of the guys that have been out injured? Joe Rothwell, Lyle Cameron, Dujon Sterling and Rabbi Matondo?
Yeah, so Rothwell will be back in the squad, which is good for us because he probably actually was the best he played when he came on the pitch, and then obviously he had to come off, but he really injected some thrust for us in the week before in the game. Lyle will probably be next week. I think he's doing really well. But he had a little setback, but nothing major, so he'll be next week. And then Dujon and Rabbi are coming on really nicely, so there's obviously long-term injuries. Both back out on the grass regularly now, but it's going to take some time for them to build up fitness and adapt again till they're back in training, so they won't be involved any time soon. But hopefully they'll keep building every day. They have brilliant attitudes and they're really good characters, good teammates, so I look forward to hopefully welcoming him back into the squad at some point, but it won't be soon.
In terms of Joe, is it fair to say that he hasn't shown the full potential, the fullness of his abilities and his talent that you would expect to have seen?
I think we haven't seen the best of a lot of players yet, so as I said, they're coming into an environment that's unique and different for them. We have so many young guys, but I think even someone so experienced like Joe, there's so much into it. He has young children, they have to find new schools, he has a partner that has to move again, then he comes into with a coaching staff that he knows, and there's a lot of trust between us and him, which is why he's here. But then an environment that's really unique, so many games so quickly, and probably been more intense than he ever thought it would be. The same from Max, same from Nas, all these guys that are getting used to it and coming into a new group with everything that comes with that. And then the games come thick and fast here, and the level of scrutiny is like nothing else in football. So I think they're adapting to it. I think they are, and I think it's good for them. Like I said, I think if you can find a way to thrive in that environment and with that pressure, then it's brilliant for you. And I think he'll do that. And I think he's shown in glimpses the player can be. And now with all of them, really, it's finding a level of consistency. And as one of the older players, he probably feels a bit of weight and to try and help the young ones. But he'll be a really good player for this club, and I'm convinced he will do well. And the last couple of times he's been on the pitch will be good for him.
You've already seen in the European games this season the importance of Ibrox when it's noisy, when it's loud, the power it can give you. There's a lot of empty seats at the weekend. There's suggestions there's still a lot of seats to be sold. How important is it for you that the fans do turn up and do create the atmosphere that can drive the team on?
I think the Panathinaikos game and the Pilsen game have been brilliant. The atmosphere in them two games was immense. I thought they were great on Saturday after obviously the start of the game and stuff, and I thought they were brilliant by the end. So we just have to keep winning football matches and putting performances. I think it's not surprising in a cup game it wasn't full up. So it is what it is. But we can't ask any more from the fans, and now they've been actually inside the stadium and got behind the team when we're playing in the way that we want to play in, really. So I hope the ones that are there, they see a performance that is improved from Saturday, and like I said, I hope we can win the game and build some momentum.
We've seen over the last few seasons what's possible for Rangers in this competition. Is that something that really excites you, the potential that there is ahead of you? Yeah,
I think what excites me is the potential in this group. Now that we have the group settled down and the window shut, we have a group we're really happy with, the potential in the team, the potential to have some amazing moments at this club and nights that you can't replicate anywhere else, and also the potential to win trophies. And when we're in any competition, we'll be and we'll try and do our very best to win that. So I think, I'm not saying we're going to win this competition, but we're in it, we're going to attack it, and we've got to try and enjoy as much as we can. We've been, it's an exciting group, it's difficult, it's some big games, some tough opposition, but you wouldn't expect anything else. But we're looking forward to it, and I think the guys that have been here and experienced some good moments in European football, they felt it already, so I think they can definitely help the other players recognise what's at stake and what can be achieved.
Hi Russell, what type of challenge are you expecting from Genk tomorrow night? And they've not had the start to the season they would have wanted. Is that something that you can play on?
Yeah, but I'm sure their head coach will probably be saying a similar thing about us. It's been frustrating. I'm sure he's frustrated. They had a brilliant season last season. They finished ahead of Club Brugge, which I think, having watched Brugge against us and then Monaco last week, if you saw that, you realise that that's not an easy task. And obviously they finished in a frustrating way for them. But it's about us. It's about us being at home, generating the energy we want to, turn it into the game that we want to. But they have some really good players and they're good teams. Why they play in this competition and why they had a good season last season. So we'll be aware of that and we'll respect that. But it has to be about us and building on Saturday and trying to improve.
Just how important is it to get a positive result tomorrow night? Not just because it sets the foundations for this campaign, but also just to try and build a bit of consistency from the weekend? Yeah,
we have to strive for that now, to build momentum and energy, consistency. Because I said to you from day one, like this club and this team can be so powerful when we have that belief and we have some confidence in the group. And Saturday definitely helped that. And now we have to build that energy with the supporters as well, and with everyone in here really. So it's about trying to build some momentum, because I think we can be really powerful when we have that.
Russell, you said there that despite the challenge.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, we got an idea that I think that's the first time I've heard where we have injured players. Albert.
Aye, first question as well. Actually talking about the football. What a change, eh? What a change, eh? We actually found out about the injured players, and we still can't pick a team, I suppose. Or we can pick a team, may not be the right team, but aye. Now again we're back to football. What a change. What a difference. Instead of all this doom and gloom carry on.
Oh, man, achy.
Aye, well, we know that Rothwell's available. We know that Cameron's going to be probably another week, and we know that Sterling and Matondo are going to be a lengthy. But apart from that, it wasn't a lot said for me there. Just the usual buzzwords off them, weren't there?
I don't think you should get your team away, but I think that's a valid question to answer. Rothwell's in the squad and the other three are injured. I think that's a fair answer. He's not going to get his starting 11 in his shape away. Yeah,
no.
Maybe somebody else might do that for us.
Aye.
That was, for the listeners, that was a joke. Carry on, Albert.
Aye, you're right, mate. I mean, these interviews, really honest, could last 3 minutes. I don't understand why they're 12 and 13 and 14. Some of them are 15, 16 and 18 minutes. I don't understand. 3 minutes, mate. That's all you need. 3 minutes. The rest of it is just padding. Same old answers that you get for every manager, not just him. Every manager talks the same way, says the same words. It's boring. It's absolutely boring. You just say, get the right question out. See, they ask the right 2 or 3 questions at the beginning. That's it. Interview done. We're all off up the road now. I want to know who's injured, right? Who's available, who's not available. After that, it's pretty much, well, let's get him now. Let's get to the game. It's just padding, mate. And in that padding, you get this nonsense, these crap questions, leading questions, try to get a bit of clickbait out of it, try to say something that I can hold you accountable. Say to yourself there, Martin, you say something you're going to get held accountable for, or they're going to come back. So you're on your guarding, you're in guarded mode, you're not frightened, but you don't want to say it, and it's just they're all going to jump on it they will, because they want the clickbait. I'll be 3 minutes. See, if I was the Rangers manager or any manager, I would say, I'm giving you 3 minutes and that's it. So get all your questions in it about the upcoming game and players available in that 3 minutes, and any other question you want to ask, which
Have
will probably be hard.
Have you always run your whole life through that 3 minute routine?
Aye, basically.
Fair shout.
Basically. 3 minutes is a long time if you put enough effort in it, mate. Trust me.
There you go.
That's his toilet break. That's his toilet break.
Just talking about the injured players, Matondo, I think, his contract's up next season. Sterling, I think they could do with somebody with his forsaken power, but he's got to be fitting in the team, mate, because, look, if we're honest, the amount of games he's played, it's a roof. But into the roof scenario again. You had that period, and it's 2 years ago now, with him and Lundstrom in midfield. I thought they formed an excellent partnership and nearly drove us towards the league title.
Correct. You might have the stats at your disposal there, Ox, but I know for the previous shows, you digging up Kmart Roof's appearance, and it was horrific reading. And you're right, I think Sterling's in that category, which is a shame because he's a young guy. He offers a lot of attributes that would be akin to the Scottish football. And he has, when he's on the park, he has produced some really good performances. But if you're not reliable, if you're not robust enough to cope with the amount of games and Scottish football, then you're no good to us. And we've had far too many of these players over the years.
I mean, but if you can only perform for 3 minutes, you're no good to anybody, really, are you?
Depends. Depends what end you're on.
Okay, I've got Sterling stats. This is his third season with, yeah. He started 22 league games, 22 subs, a total of 34 appearances, 37 substitute appearances, yeah. And that's 2 and a bit seasons, so really, you're talking about less than 50% attendance, yeah. Now, I know that was unlucky and it's a bad injury, and at the time, I did say it would be after Christmas before we see him because of the nature he has. That's unlucky, but it was all the other ones before it as well, all better. Minors and ones, yeah.
Got to go, mate. It's got to go. Let's not beat about the bush. Him and Matondo, 2 of them need to go. No good to us, mate. Absolutely no good to us. We're not going to do this much longer with these players, these kind of players. If you can't turn up for your work, it was an illness with him, and he's never ever recovered fully for that illness to go to Chelsea. So feel sorry for the guy, like the guy. Think the guy's a decent player when he's up and running fit. But at the end of the day, be the nice guy and the decent player, and fit, you're good when you're fit. And if you're never fit, you're no good to us. It's as simple as that, isn't it? Same as Matondo. Matondo's running about. He's darting about from club to club and a fantastic contract. Let's no kid ourselves on. That guy's like Roof. He's stealing a living out of football. He might have a wee bit of ability, same as Roof had a good bit of ability. Roof was a really good player, but you can't get him on a part. Can't get him fit. So he's stealing a living, mate. He's sitting going, you shouldn't have been football. Your body says that you shouldn't be in professional football. Your body's not, as Alex said, robust enough to handle Scott to professional football. So you shouldn't be in professional football. But they're not going to walk away from contracts. And if people are stupid enough to keep giving them bumper contracts, they're not going anywhere. They're staying there today.
This is Matondo's fourth season, mate. He's in his fourth season. I know he was on a get on that, but for us, he started 18 league games, mate. 18 league games.
It's shocking. He's probably one of the highest paid players at Ibrox.
Potentially, mate. It's pretty frightening when you see it in black and white. And what age is he now? He'll be 26 his next birthday, so he's right in the middle of his football career. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
This is his prime. This is his prime. Can't get him on the park. No, come on. Somebody's doing a bit of Buster Keaton here, by the way.
Yes.
I'd like to know how many professional games he's played. And he's
played 26 starts for us and 41 substitute appearances. Yeah.
4 year and 3 year.
Well, 3. This is the fourth season, mate. There you go.
Anyway.
AK, is that what you were looking for?
Oh, that's scandalous, Ox. See, when you say that and you see it in black and white, that is absolutely scandalous. We've made him a multi-millionaire just in the force. I think he was probably that before he came to our club, but a boy that, no mind day training videos, he's a great character. He's always happy, he's always smiling. No wonder he's picking up that sort of way. Aye, definitely. Oh, that's scandalous. Our club are getting, dear. I believe it was a Ross Wilson signing, Matondo. That'll go back to him.
Just Giovanni signed them, was it?
Ross Wilson.
Giovanni. Aye, well, Giovanni was the manager.
Aye.
Aye. You know, and obviously, I think his contract's up next summer. I think so. But there you go. But aye, interesting stats. Right, getting back to the game. I wish Lyle Cameron. By the way, I wish the two boys hope they get fit for their careers. I hope Sterling gets fit for our team, and I hope Lyle Cameron gets back soon and is pushing for a place in the team. Joe Rothwell back in the squad. I don't know. What are you thinking? You think there's a chance he could start Albert?
No, I don't think so. He might come on, but I don't think he'll start.
All right, that's fair. AK?
I go the other way. I think Rothwell, I think he put him in there for the expense of Diamande. Just think he trusts him that wee bit more, because Diamande, he picks up a lot of silly yellow cards, as he did at the weekend there as well. And I think if the two of them alternate, Raskin and Rothwell, to see who goes and who stays, I think it was you that said, Albert, there might be a potential there that if they strike up a partnership, that could be your midfield, your two midfielders, in long term. Because Barron, I don't think is as good as Rothwell for that position. He's too inconsistent. Diamande, that's no his disciplined position. He can play it, as he proved against Celtic, but I think he might actually see Rothwell start. Might be wrong
though. What's your rationale that he's had a knock, Albert, or you just don't think he should start?
The way he's what we've seen so far for Rodwell, right, is if he was a younger player, if he was maybe 2-3 years younger than he is at the moment, I think he's a guaranteed start in your team if he's playing well, right? Obviously, but the new at the moment, I think he's a 70-minute player, mate. I don't think you're going to get any more than 70 minutes at him, so you may as well be an impact sub. I think he'd be a really good impact sub. But I would like to see him with proving Mirang and still showing he can play 90 minutes, because I think Raskin and him are the key to this midfield getting sorted out. I don't think the midfield played particularly well on Saturday as well against Hibs. I don't like that midfield. I don't think it's right. It doesn't look right. I think it's pretty fragile. We win the game, no bother, and I don't think Hibs bothered us that much. And I don't think we're in any danger of getting beat. But that's when you're 1-2-0 up. But if you're no 1-2-0 up, I think that midfield, I think the team's a bit fragile, to be honest with you. I don't think they're robust enough. If we go 1 or 2 behind, if we get the way about them to come back and fight and bring this result round, win the game. It doesn't look like it to me. But just getting back to Rodwell and Raskin, to me, is the key to this team. If they two start playing well, I mean, Raskin did a good game on Saturday. Rodwell had that wee cameo role when he came on against Hearts. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe you're better coming off the bench. If you can't last the full 90 minutes, maybe you're better coming off the bench and being an impact player. Rather than doing the other way, like Alex saying, start him and then let him do 60, 70 minutes, then take him off. That doesn't seem to work. For whatever reason. I don't know why, but it just doesn't seem to work that way. Strange, isn't it? That's my thinking behind it anyway, mate.
Aye, well, makes perfect sense, mate. Makes perfect sense. What you're saying. It'll be interesting to see who's right. If you were picking the team on form, Diamandi's no starting, AK, if you're honest.
No, he's been very poor in there this year. Certainly on the form that he was shown last year. I think the inconsistency of the team's performances this year reflects on the inconsistencies of the actual midfield that's been picked up. I don't think he's actually picked the same midfield, 2 games in a row this year out of all the games that were played so far. So he's still trying to find his best sort of team. I think Asgard is starting to kind of grow into the team a bit. I thought Raskin was excellent on at the weekend. Him just being there, I thought there was a calming influence that he brings to the table, and you could see that with his performance. So it's just trying to calm things down a wee bit, and let the players settle into it. If it's Rothwell, it wouldn't really bother me if it was Rothwell, Diamandi, Barron, whoever. We've just got to try and get a formula in there now that allows us the platform to go in and actually win the game, because that's what we're looking for now. And looking at Genk, they're not in a great vein of form either, so I think there's a great opportunity here to get after the start we're looking for.
No, it's funny, the Asgard thing. I mean, I've made my point. Albert, what's your take on him?
Asgard, he's done practically nothing, mate, let's be honest about it. I think there's a player in there. He's a wee bit better than Saturday than he's been, but there is a player, I think, in there, but he's not doing much. You know what I mean? It's not doing. You're saying Diamandi's not doing enough to hold his position. I don't think Asgard is either. The two of them really need to do a lot more. But I think Diamandi will start for the simple reason of his European experience, and he does normally play well in Europe. So it's another reason he'll be in there. As for the bookings, by the way, this is what Martin told you right at the beginning when he came in. We need to start taking more bookings like this. Professional fouls, this dark arts nonsense that I don't agree with right enough, but you've got to live in the real world. That's what's happening with every other team, and that's why Hibs couldn't get going in Saturday, because we just kept doing the wee professional fouls all over the park all the time. Trouble is with us, we do get booked for it. Other teams don't. They seem to get away with a hell of a lot before they get booked, but we don't. We maybe one if you're lucky, two if you're really lucky. You win a lottery, you get away with 2 before you get booked. But that's why he's getting booked. He's been told to do these fouls, mate. So is Barron. If you watched Barron as well, we've been told break that movement. As soon as you lose the ball and you're next to the play, pull him down, stop him, block him, do what you have to do, but don't let him start the attack because we're too far up the park. That Fat Australian, when he was managing them, he done the exact same thing. He done the exact same thing was at Tottenham. The idea, mate, let's be honest about it. As soon as the enemy lose the ball, bang, they're stopping that breakaway. Manchester City was doing it against Arsenal the other day there. If you watched the boy Saka on the wing, how many times he got a professional foul against them? It's unbelievable. So I'm no bothered with the fouls. The fouls are the fouls. I don't like professional fouls, but it's a part of the game. You need to learn to do it. We ran.
Right to reply about Asgard, AK.
I like Asgard, mate.
Well, is it because
you
he's
know
got nice hair?
No, I don't like his hair. If it were me, you'd be getting a buzz cut right there. Get rid of the things. I like him before he came to the club. I wasn't too enamoured with him the way he kind of said. Well, we never seen him for a few weeks, the injury and stuff. But I think there's signs there the last couple of games that he's starting to really find his feet in the middle of the park there, and he's starting to link up, play nicely for me. I thought him and Raskin dovetail, but see, getting back to Albert just quickly there, I think the high line of your defence forces a lot of these cynical fouls in the middle of the park. I've said before, see if your defence drops 10, 15, 20 yards deeper, then the guys aren't having to make the kamikaze challenges, and throwing it's basically a rugby tackle what they're getting. Because our defence is so far up the park, they're breaking straight onto our back line, and then it's the panic stations,
It's been factored in, mate. That's part of his plan. It's been factored in. You have to do this. Because we're going to play that line. It's stupid, but other teams do it. They all do it. Everybody does it. It's no, you're sitting going, you've got, and that's what he's trying to tell you at the beginning of the season, but nobody wanted to listen to him then anyway. But he's trying to tell you that we need to start using these dark arts that basically every other team's using. Every other team, without exception, mate. But us, we want to play this scout and BB football. You know what I mean? We're the good guys. We don't do that. Everybody else does it. So you're saying you're playing that high line. If you lose that ball, you break that move up right away. Immediately break the move up. I'm not a problem with it. I don't like it, mate. I don't think it's right. I think I've got a theory on professional fouls, but that's another argument for another day.
It gives the theory.
There should be a third card for professional fouls, mate. There should
be. Explain this third card to me.
Right. The third card should work this way. As the way I see it is, if you commit a professional foul...
What colour's this card?
You can make any colour you want. I'd say checkered the other day. You can make it any colour you want. It doesn't matter. You can't make it red or yellow. It's got to be
orange card.
Orange card, red card, and blue card, whatever card. I don't care what colour it is. But say checkered just for you get a checkered card. If you take the checkered card, you cannot be substituted, mate. You can't go off the park. You're staying on that park. If you're injured and go off the park, you can't get a substitute on your place because you'll get a checkered card. You need to stop these. That means if you've got a checkered card and you do commit any other foul, right, you're going off. Right? It's to remember what it's for. It's to cut out professional fouls because professional fouls are killing the entertainment. We're all sitting paying money in these stands. You finally get your winger free and they just pull him down. You're like, he's beat one player, he goes to get away, they just pull him down. You go, wait a minute, we're paid money to see the exciting bit of football, but you're getting denied it with these professional fouls, mate. But anyway, that's my idea. So he can't get off the park. He's stuck on the park. And that negates remember we were talking about the 5 sub rules. They just keep fouling because they've got 5 subs now. They can change off their team. Well, they can't do that now. You can substitute players if they've not got a yellow card, but you can't substitute we'll call it a checkered card. It could be any colour card.
Checkered card. Is that because you've got a checkered pass?
Aye. It's just to make it really distinctive and say, right, okay, he's got a card. We all know the score for this shit.
Do you think Russell Martin's got a checkered card and that's how we can't change him?
I've just had a text sent to HR, get him tested.
Do you know how it would work, but you need to do something with these professional fouls, mate, because they're actually playing for them now. They're playing for them now.
It's always been part of the game.
Aye. But it used to be cute, mate. Whereas in your day, it used to be cute. You never get caught with the referee. You done it in the sly and all that carry on. But now it's just blatant. It's just absolutely blatant, pulling you down. You're going, there's got to be something about that. And no of these professional fouls get a yellow card, mate. What I think they should, right, because there's no third card, every professional foul should be automatic booking. But it's no. They book some of them, but don't book other ones. But anyway, that's just a rant.
What about my idea, AK?
What's that, pal?
Right, if I come on for you and you've been booked, I've got your yellow card. So if I get a second yellow, I'm off.
Right, what's your logic there then? Just the yellow card sticks to that position in the team?
That player, if I come on for you, no, straight. That's because obviously you need to say who you're coming on for. I'm getting your yellow card because I think it has changed it. The people have been booked come off the partner. It's part of the game. I would do it if I was a manager. If I had 4 midfielders and I had 4 on the bench and 4 had been booked and you were in a close game and you've got to think about it, it would be part of my psyche to say, right, they 4 off, they 4 on. Because they could do a load of kicking, they'll get booked and then we'll get away with 2 yellows in one position. Just
interesting.
I think I would when you go in, if your mate's been booked, you get waved the pink flag as you get pink card.
Aye. Ox is a pioneer in football here.
But yeah, I agree. But you got to remember these referees as well. I mean, they're without this doing something. These referees are just, I feel that booking you are not going to book you. So they're leaving it open to them. And we've already discovered they're hopeless. You can't leave it open then because I'm going to call them out. They're cheats. They're just cheating. Frank Connor proved that. There isn't any argument on them being cheating, do they are? They're just cheats, mate. And so you've got to say, right, as much as you can take away for these referees, take it away.
I get that. I said about the timekeeping the other night, didn't I? Stop the clock, work it back for entertainment value. AK, and you come, mate?
I was just, it stuck in my head there. Can you mind that instant with the Hibs keeper? I think it was the first half where Asgard stood off him. The ball was in the air. He stood off him. The guy caught it, he flapped it, and Nick Walsh gave a free kick.
It was a Majorski. It was Majorski that stood up. He stood away from him and just stood with his hands at his side, and he went up, flapped at the ball, and he gave a free kick. But if you noticed, he gave 2 for Butland as well. He gave 2 for Butland as well because he's sitting going, I can't do that for them, and then no do it the other way. But it's ridiculous. I agree with you. It's totally ridiculous, mate. The keepers, Butland went up and tried to catch a ball and actually dropped the thing, but he got a foul for it. It wasn't a foul. That one wasn't a foul either.
It was a foul,
no, it wasn't. Same as a Hibs keeper. That wasn't a foul either. I mean, he's sitting going, no. But this is the day, and it's like the what do you call it? The advantage rule. I mean, these clowns don't know what an advantage is. They're getting you're stumbling with the ball. You've got hit, and it's a foul. But you actually sign your feet and stumble with the ball. But you're running into 3 or 4 players of the opposition. Play advantage. There isn't any advantage, you clown. Where is the advantage? The advantage is if you're running through and goal and the guy tries to bring you down, but you still on your feet and you carry on to run in and go. That's the playing advantage. But they just play advantage now because, one, if it's against that mob across the city, they don't want to give you the foul because that means they don't have to book MD. And they don't want to do any of the 2 things, so they just call it play advantage. You go, there isn't any advantage, you clown. He should be booked for that. No, I played your advantage, so we'll just carry on with the game now. They're using it against the certain teams, and that's what's happening, mate. It's grey areas. As soon as you make a grey area for a referee, he's now influencing the game. And these referees are actually, they're actually influencing who wins the game. They're actually involved in it. They're not supposed to be involved in a game. They're supposed to referee a game, mate. They're not supposed to be involved in the game. But these people are actually involved in the game. I don't know how we go into this, but anyway, there you go.
Well, it's you and your kids. I tell you what we've got. We've got the rest of the manager with a wee technical glitch there. It was cut a bit short. So if you don't mind, lads, get yourself from mute and we'll hear the rest of the manager's press conference.
So just to try and build a bit of consistency from the weekend?
Yeah, we have to strive for that now, to build momentum and energy, consistency. Because I said to you from day one, like this club and this team can be so powerful when we have that belief and we have some confidence in the group. And Saturday definitely helped that. And now we have to build that energy with the supporters as well and with everyone in here really. So it's about trying to build some momentum because I think we can be really powerful when we have that.
Russell, you said there that despite the challenges you've enjoyed this process so far, do you get the sense that the players have enjoyed it as well, or have they maybe been a little bit spooked?
No, not so much. No, I think our job as as coaches, and I think why we all got into it is to help players as much as possible, to win as much as possible in a certain way. But I think the way they've come through it in the last couple of weeks, I think when you're in the midst of it and there's so many games and you don't have time to really take stock and you're just trying to analyse that one, move to the next one, it's really difficult for the players to like maintain a sense of self and actually to enjoy and be conscious of what's going on, because it just become like a bit robotic in the thing. So it's been a really interesting process for that and learning. But we have to try and get them, and that was the whole point of taking them out of this environment last week. And saw some like ex-pros talk about it, about just take them golf, just take them drinking and all that stuff. But it's not the answer, just escaping it. So we have to embrace what comes with this football club, because it's an amazing challenge, the intensity of it all. And as I said to them, the potential for them, because if we can get going, really going at this place, the potential for them to enjoy and be successful is amazing. But also to get through a tough period together can be amazing for everyone. So I think they definitely enjoyed Saturday. They definitely enjoyed the process of last week in training really hard together. And now we have to put that together when we don't have a huge amount of time training, and we have to try and maximise the time that we have. And that's our jobs. And I think the more they find joy in it, the better you'll see them perform on a Saturday.
Russell, obviously Andrew Kavanagh was here to watch the win over Hibs. Did you get the chance to speak to him, and what was his sort of message regarding the patience and support there is?
Yeah, we had a lot of time after the game, and he's been great. So he's been really consistent, so nothing's changed in that. And he was great. He's really comfortable around the players. The players are really comfortable around him. Spent time watching training in some of the meetings that we've had, and I think it's good for the staff and the players to see that someone's so invested in his club now and his team and wants us to be really successful. So I've got nothing but praise about, like I said, the ownership group, the leadership team here. They've all been great.
Russell, last time out in Europe was a bruising night in Bruges. It's more Belgian opposition, of course. Tomorrow, a different competition. Just how much did the players learn from that experience in Bruges, and is this an opportunity to, if you like, to try and exercise some of those demons?
No, I think it's totally different. So I feel like we've taken a bit of time to recover from that. It was a really, really difficult night, and we won't ever feel like that again.
Russell, this is the first of 8 games, obviously, in this group stage. What would success in this competition this year look like for you?
Well, to progress through this stage, first and foremost. I don't try and look too far ahead. I don't think we can, because this is the game, then Sunday's the game, and then so to sit here and set any targets for you guys to then hold us accountable to, I don't think is a very clever idea. So in-house, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about every game as it comes, about the context of the game, where the opposition's at, where we're at, where we need to improve. But I want us to attack every game and try and be the team we want to be in every game, regardless of where we're playing, who we're playing against. And we've got some really good opposition that, where I'm pretty sure we'll have some big nights and some very, very tough nights, but to be ourselves as much as we can. And obviously the games come at different times, so by the end of this phase, from the first game to the 8th game, I expect us to be much better than we are now, and for the team to look in a certain way more consistently than it has done up till now. So I'm really excited about the challenge. Everyone is here and we'll attack it with all we've got.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Albert.
Just what we were saying. He's not getting any answers to some of these questions because he knows what's coming if he does. There's nothing he can say about it, mate. It's just padding. As I said before, it's just padding, mate. Now.
Yeah, at least he's becoming a wee bit smarter, maybe. And if he gets results, Mate, things can change, but he needs to get results before he can turn it on them, if that makes sense, Albert.
Aye, definitely, mate. He's got the results are everything, mate. Start getting the results, then you can dictate these. Why the conversations go in these press conferences. But if you don't get results and play the way you've been playing, you're wide open, mate. You're wide open, and they're going to keep on landing these questions that are basically traps. They're trying to trap them into a corner to make it even worse than it already is.
AK?
Pretty much that, mate. It's nothing less than wins. He's back to self into the corner, so to speak. So he's got the players. I think he's quite happy with the squad that he's got. It's now up to the players to produce, because what we've seen so far hasn't really been good enough. So we really need to start a run of wins, even draws, killing us. It's all right saying we're undefeated, this and that, up until the Hearts game, but wins or draws are as bad as defeats as far as the league goes. So, listen, we started last week against Hibs, and just let's hope we can gather a wee bit of momentum into this game. As I say, Genk haven't started the season particularly well themselves, so I think there's an opportunity here to take advantage of that and get after a win and start in the campaign.
Aye, I think so, mate. I think the favourites tomorrow night, and hopefully we can get there, win again, and help take even more pressure out the balloon. AK?
Aye, well, the bookies certainly make his favourite, pal. 64 we are. The draw is 5-2 and Genk are 17-10. So I think there's an opportunity there. Ox, it's all about us now, isn't it? We really need to play well and show that we want to win games. You know, it's all right, very well dominating possession and stuff, but we need to create better. Miovski's hardly getting a sniff still, so that can be improved. The midfield can be improved. The defence can certainly be improved. So we're looking for improvements all over the team, and the players that he has signed, he needs to get the right pieces of the jigsaw together. You know, on Saturday there, at least he played Magoma and Gassama on the left-hand side, because with Mikey Moore being there, that didn't work. Mikey Moore wasn't particularly great on Saturday there. I would like to see Antman come in there, but it's all about the midfield connecting with the forward line, get shots away, and goal opportunities. There were plenty of boys getting fired into the box, but a lot of times the players weren't there to take advantage of that. So we really need collectively improvements all over the park for us to start this run of wins that we're looking for.
Aye. Majowski, he scored a goal and obviously had one chopped half. Albeit, I actually liked the finish for the one that was chopped half. He showed awareness, and obviously it wasn't one of the blatant offside silly ones. I could see what he was trying to do with a corner, he just didn't move it quick enough, so I get that. And, Dessers sometimes used to frustrate us when he was stunning offside. That was a different kind of offside. Obviously frustrating because you don't get the goal, but I liked his finish. I just think, even though it didn't count, all but
I liked his two finishes, to be honest with you. I like his position. He's on about there, sniffing about. Exactly where you want him. But the good thing about it as well, there's other players in the box as well. So he's not trying to cover the whole box himself. He's in his right place where he should be, mate. In between the posts, sniffing about for the goal line out to the about 6-7 yards out. Always in there. But his second goal was a clever wee goal. Pity it was offside, but it was a clever wee goal. I like that. I like that a lot. If you do get him service, he will score. He just know he will. He's just one of the players that he doesn't have to take 3-4 chances before he'll score. He will score. So I enjoy watching him. He's doing that useless running that Dessers, I used to say Dessers done as well. He's not got the pace to close these players down, but he's doing the run. And by the time he gets there, the ball's well away, and you're going, this is wasting energy completely. If you're all not going to do it together, that press together, don't do it at all. Because there's no use one player or two players doing it. You all need to do it at the same time. And I don't think we've perfected that yet. So you've got him looking, Dessers used to look stupid, just doing the crazy, stupid runs. And you're going, what are you hoping to get? You're never going to get near the goalkeeper. You're never going to get near the centre halves to close them down. So why do it? At the end of the day, everybody, as I said, everybody needs to do it. You've seen it with other teams there. One goes, they all go. But they all know the trigger. They all know when to go. But aye, I do like Miovski. I think he'll score a lot of goals for me. He said he'd sell, didn't he? That's one of many. Like that. So here we go.
Aye. But we'll see where it goes. I think you're right. Give him chances to score goals. And I think AK's point is he might have had a couple of sniffs at the weekend, but he's not getting enough. Is that right, AK?
Pretty much so. The strikers feed off his chances, but if you don't get the ball up to them, they're got to get frustrated and come looking for the ball, and you don't want that. You want Miovski to be on the shoulder, looking for the, but you got to be intelligent enough to find them as well. That's how I think. See, with having Raskin in the team, he puts the clever ball in for, because he sees the run that Moore had made. I think he kind of lashed at the ball rather than setting up Miovski, but Miovski was quick enough to latch on to it to put his chance away. Good striker. That's what a good striker does. He sniffs out chances, but you've got to be in the same wavelength as a guy. And I think Raskin could be that guy to, find them.
I might be talking about good strikers after the break, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So, before we go to the tune, AK, what's your team then? So you're taking Diamondi out for Rothwell, back four the same?
Back four the same, yeah. Midfield, Raskin, Rothwell, Asgard, and I get Antman, and then Steady Moore with Gassama and Miovski. That was my team.
All right. Where do you stand on the right-hand side, Albert?
Oh, Antman needs to come in. He definitely needs to come in, mate. I thought it was the same team as Saturday, apart from Moore will be swapped with Antman.
Aye. I don't disagree. They're friends to the young boy Moore. But it doesn't look as if he maybe needs to come out the team to take a step back, to take one and a half forward. Yeah.
At the end of the day, you sit and go, right, okay, even if he starts playing well, the only way he'll be a good signing, mate, and a good idea if we win the league, and he's played his part as winning the league. That's the only reason. See if we don't win the league, so complete and utter waste of time having him here. Complete and utter. That's how brutal it used to be. You may as well have brought Curtis in there and let Curtis play. So I'm thinking to myself, you need to really start doing something, son. All right, you get a goal assist there on Saturday, and that's well played to the boy. So he's in there, but that's the measurement. We've all got measurements, mate. We're talking about, or the departments get measurements. Teams, the players have got measurements, and they've got a team measurement, and they've got an individual measurement. He needs to play his part as winning the league. If he doesn't do that, it's a waste of time. Simple, mate. Simples.
Yes, right, gentlemen. Get yourself some mute, because we're going to have a tune.
I hear the Tags are cheating. I hear they run the GCC. I hear the titles are tainted. And I hear they pay the SFA. Because we're bits and true, and we're Rangers through and through. We all knew, Big Jock knew. I hear they try to hide the story. I hear to this day they still deny. I hear it's swept beneath the carpet. We all know the Tags were born a lie. Because we're bits and true, and we're Rangers through and through. We all knew, Big Jock knew. the story, then maybe you'll sleep at night. Why don't they pay the victims money? But then I don't suppose that's right, because we're pretend true, and we're Rangers through and through. We all knew, Big Jock knew, because we're pretend true, and we're Rangers through and through. We all knew, Big Jock knew.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Many a true word said in jest. Many a true word said in jest. Yeah, come and join us.
I love these educational songs. We all knew, Big Jock knew.
Right, okay. AK, I know you like to, because you're too tight to send cards, you do all your shout outs on here for birthdays. Yeah, you've got another one for us. Jeez.
Aye, Super Ali. Alistair Murdoch McCoist, OBE, 63 years old today. Happy birthday, Super Ali. What a striker, guys, eh?
But obviously before my time, Albert.
Aye, Super Ali, definitely. He's
Is there similarities to him and Russell Martin?
Oh, well, maybe, aye.
I mean,
Didn't he start off well? Get
Martin.
booed at the beginning.
Aye.
Aye, definitely, mate. It's you can turn it around. Oh, people think it's impossible, but you can turn it around. Victories does that. Simple as that. That's the only thing it does it. But aye, Ali get booed at the beginning. So did Haley.
AK, there you go. Is there moral in that story?
Aye, I know, but there'll be people listening going tonight. What the hell are you on about? One of them's a Rangers legend, and one of them, well, he's just starting his career. But listen, the start of his Rangers career, Ali McCoist wasn't Mr. Popular by any manner of means, but he had the character to knuckle down, and his record. You'll probably have it in front of you, Oxman. What was it? 581 appearances, 355 goals, 10 league championships, 1 Scottish Cup, 1 Scottish League Cup, 2 golden boots, international cap 61, 19 goals for Scotland. Super Ali had a fantastic career, particularly scoring for us, and it was one of us. He loved it. I seen a wee compilation today of some of his goals over the years. Absolutely brilliant. 2-footed headers. It wasn't all tap-ins that he scored either, contrary to belief. He scored a fair amount outside the box, but it was just so intelligent for me. His runs in behind defence and his link up, obviously, Big Mark Catley, but he'd a decent relationship with Mo Johnston and all, with Scotland and Rangers. But he was just so intelligent and knew where the back of the net was. He's going through 1-on-1, that keeper. You knew that was us going one up.
I mean, he did show sense of character. I'm digging deep into the memory bank now. I think it was a replay against Dundee where it all went wrong for Ali. I might be wrong. I think it was had a year previous. Did he bounce back? But then I need to check that out because he knocked us out twice, didn't he? But I think Dundee knocked us out at home in the cup.
Big Bomber was playing for Dundee.
Huh?
Big Bomber was playing for Dundee at that time.
But a week later, he scored a hat-trick against them in the League Cup final. And if you're honest, he never looked back. So there you go, all better.
It wasn't just his goals. It's his will to win, mate. A lot of people forget that. He was part of that team that would never say die team. It's the sheer will to win. I wish a wee portion of that would get into this team. Just utter sheer will to win. We're not getting beaten. That's the end to it. We're winning this game. Don't care what the circumstances are put in front of us. We're battering right through it and winning this game. And there was a few games like that. We just dug right in and won. Hence they get the reputation. You know what I mean, never say die, and they never did. So there's more to Ali than just scoring goals. And scoring goals is the most important thing. Don't get me wrong. That's the big thing. But when he got to Rangers, he's at the right club at the right time. Put it that way.
What are you basing that on, mate?
Well, he tried, but he went to St Johnstone, and he went down to Sunderland. He went to, and done nothing down there really. But when he come back up the road, once he settled down, he did get booed right in the early stages of his Rangers career. There's no doubt about that. Ali get to, that was sung and all that carry on. And anybody said it wasn't sung, well, they're telling lies now. It was sung. But he turned it around with his goals and his sheer and utter will to win. He's a nice guy. He's got good patter. He can talk. Good character. Charisma. A lot, mate. But he turned his career around for a dodgy start with Rangers. Let's not kid ourselves on. It was a dodgy start. But he showed he had back. He showed he had bottle and backbone and whatever you want to call it. He showed that he's got what it takes to play for Rangers. There's no doubt about that.
AK, what's your opinion, mate?
The character, the guy. I think a lot of us all thought he was kind of getting edged out when Souness brought in Mo Johnson, Mark Gately, and that was his kind of partnership. And he benched Ali. Don't mind the time where he was on there. I think it was East End Park, was it? He came out with the mug of tea and everything. And that was just Ali's way.
Love Street.
Was it Love Street, was it? Right. He came out there with
right. Black and white stripes, mate.
I just remember it and getting a chuckle at it, and that was just the character of the guy. I mean, even though he was benched, and even though Souness was, it was obviously an ego thing for Souness, because Alan Shearer had it at Newcastle with Ruud and that, didn't he? And the manager wants to be that guy, and it's a wee bit like a Nico Raskin situation, the wee power struggle there between the fans, because the fans will back up the player more than the manager if they don't kind of like the manager. But Ali had that strength of character to knuckle down and just keep, don't be a problem, be professional, take your chance when they did. And as it turned out to be, it was Mo Johnson that moved on, and Ali got his chance back in the team again. And what a partnership he formed with Big Mark Gately for a few years. But brilliant. The 15 years he was at the club, his goal scoring record is second to none. And he passed a few records there, didn't
he? He 2 late appearances just at the 82-83 season, so he never really started. So 83-84, and this is just his goals right through per season: 20, 20, 32, 38, 42, 18, 18, 18, which is remarkable, by the way. 39, 49, 11. I think that's when he had his broken leg, 94, 20, and even in his last season, 16 goals, that's total goals, so it adds up to 362, I like the player, I like the character. I don't know if you'll ever see the likes again, if I'm honest, all bit.
No, he's a one-off. No, I mean, he's definitely a one-off. I mean, I remember people, like you said, that people didn't like him. And people, he's wasteful, he scores 1 and 4 and all this carry on. He might be right, I don't know. But I just know him as a will to win. And I know him as a player that won a lot of trophies with Rangers and played his part of Rangers winning a lot of trophies. at that time, which was fantastic. He did play with some fantastic players. I'm not going away for that. It wasn't all about Ali, but it doesn't matter. You've still got to put the ball in the net. That's what counts. So that's all it counts when you're a striker. I don't care about all the rest of it. Put the ball in the net when you get the chance, and that makes you. That's why everybody liked. Well, I did the Negri. I like Negri. No, get away for Ali. We're talking about Ali, but Negri was like he was very prolific, very, very, very prolific man. He just the ball goes to him in that area or anywhere, but goal. You goal. That's a goal. Well, Ali was merely a character, and he loved Rangers. Let's be honest, he's a Rangers supporter. He loved the Rangers, so that's for me.
Top 3 Ali goals, AK.
Top 3 for me.
You had to beat the match, AK.
Well, I wasn't at Ellen Road, but I liked that. You were the diving header. Big Catley put it across from. There was one at Celtic Park where I think they claim that Terry Hurlock was fouled in the middle of the park, and he sent him through, and he sat.
That was a foul, by the way. Terry got a fright when he turned around and fouled.
He sat him down and dispatched it, and I liked the one against Motherwell. See when he broke, I think it was a league goal scoring record where he actually chips the Motherwell keeper for the edge of the box as well. I thought that was there were so many of them though. So many. What about yourselves, guys?
I couldn't start me, really honest. I couldn't start.
They scored 2 goals. I think you can find them on YouTube up at Aberdeen. I think they won the Golden Boot, were spectacular. When he was having his spat with Souness, he came on as a sub against Aberdeen, who were main rivals for the championship, and he scored a wonder goal at Ibrox. You're right, Ellen Road for the drama. The one when he came on and sub to win the League Cup final with an overhead kick. I'm going to say 10% fit, and he scored overhead kick into the Celtic end at their place to win the League Cup against Hibs.
Is that him just back for his broken leg?
Aye, he wasn't. Aye. I mean, Allbear was fitter than him, and he scored that overhead kick. No. So the drama in the man, so there's so many favourites.
Dynamo Kiev. Mind that one?
Well, that was some night, that. But the drama favourite one, that's a tough year, Allbear, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, I can't pick a favourite, mate. There's that many. That many. The Leeds one, the header that Leeds done at Leeds was a superb goal. That was just brilliant. but there's plenty. There's absolutely plenty. You know what I mean? There's been some beauties, I know. As Alex said earlier on, there's no all just about tap-ins. There's been ones outside the box as well. There's been absolute screamers. And I remember the free kick at Ibrox as well. For about 20 yards, he took the free kick against Hibs. He smacked in a top corner. That was just it was one of the games. It was back and forth, if I remember right. He got the free kick and just smacked away. It was a beauty. But important goals, quality goals, tap-ins. He's done all sorts of goals. Header goals, left foot, right foot, you name it. He's done it all, mate. He's done it all. He's still sitting as the top goal scorer in Rangers, so it shows you what kind of player he is. But it's difficult to pick a goal. 1 goal or 3 goals. Difficult.
Aye. 45 penalties, so not a lot of penalties in there. Really, after the longevity, if you think about it,
Aye, very true. Aye.
Mm-hmm. Aye. I'm trying to think. What about plump for? Aye. I'll come back. I'll take the 5th on that one at the moment. I'll need to think about that. Yeah.
Aye, as I say, there's that many of them. Mind the 2 each game, Ibrox as well. I think we're 2-0 down. And the one that Graham Roberts goes in goal, he scores the first shot there, didn't in off the post, and obviously the 5-1 game, it was it him that equalised. And then the header, the backwards header that Ian Andrews couldn't see. I think you get credited with that, Ian.
Took the credit for that, Ian. Right, come and join us, 0141 356 1972. You've done us in, AK. I'm starting to think. I think for the drama and maybe Arguably's most famous goal, because what it was could be the Ellen Road goal, yeah. You know?
Aye.
But it wouldn't be his best goal. It was a great move, but it wasn't his best goal.
I'll question for you, Alec. The one Scottish Cup, did he score in it? The Scottish Cup final?
He did have a great record in the Scottish Cup, mate. Yeah.
Only won one.
He won one. Did they score in that final? But
I don't think he did, no.
Against Airdrie?
Airdrie, 2-1, we beat them.
Who scored
Mark Gately.
A bonus point for anybody.
Gately was one of them.
Don't Google it, Alec. I can see you
McCall scored one. No, not McCall. Right. McDonald.
What?
Too late. Is that too early? That's too early, isn't it?
McDonald?
Alec. Did no play with Alec McDonald? I don't know.
Oh, 92, wasn't it? 92, 93, I think it was.
91, 92.
McCall scored one of the Scottish Cup films.
91, 92.
92.
I thought it was Hate. No. Was it Hatelyn? No.
Goals for Hatelyn, McCoist. By the way, I've got to say, it was one of the worst cup finals ever. But it didn't matter. We hadn't won the cup for a while. Yeah.
We launched that strip with the three stripes on the sleeves, didn't we? That's that strip, wasn't it?
Was that all there?
That was the first time we wore that strip. With the 303 Adidas stripes on each sleeve.
92, 93. That would have been 9. Adidas maybe then 9. But it was a great cup final. But we won. Didn't matter, no.
Aye, that's right. Would McCoist be as prolific now as he was then? Because it's a totally different way he played football now, for a striker in particular.
I think he's scored more.
But when he's in up front?
I think he's scored more. Clever player, mate. Clever player. He was always his instincts in the box, not around the box, was superb, mate. It just felt if the ball was bouncing about and it was going to break to somebody, it would always break to Ali. It's just instinct of a striker. You've either got that or you've no got it. You can't teach it. It's just there. And he's just one of the guys. He just kept breaking to him and he kept putting it in. Other players like Dessers never had that. It just didn't break for Dessers. No many strikers do have that. But Ali definitely had it. It just kept breaking for him. Good instinct. Aye, they do modern day now. Aye, definitely, mate. Definitely. I think it's scored more goals.
I think he was braver than people realised and could look after himself when the game was a bit more physical. I think to help the team, he could play in different positions. You know, if he had to, he would play in midfield. Aye.
Oh, he could certainly handle himself. Stan Collingwood would tell you that. He's the altercation in Paris. Aye. I'm just saying that strikers need service, didn't they? For the wings, and Rangers had brilliant wingers then with Cooper and Mark Walters and obviously Laudrup when he came. But just the way that we play now, I'm not so sure where McCoist would score as many as what he did. It's just my thoughts.
If you think of the chances Dessers got, mate.
Aye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't the most lethal striker I've seen at the club, but arguably the best. But you know, and there was a period where Derek Johnston, the way the game was played, was just at a different level, but no the longevity for that striking that Ali had. You know, it was remarkable at times. You know, and 49 goals. I know we played, I think that season, 44 league games, so you've got to put it into context, don't we? But it doesn't matter, does it? 49
No.
goals, one more goal, you get 15, you know.
That's some going. Let's be honest. Any league, that's some going. I know Messi and people like that have done it, but on Scottish strike in a Scottish league, scoring that many goals, superb. Aye, 63, isn't he? 63. Is that right, Alex? Is that what he is? 63.
And also, I think
Right.
Terry Sherlock, he mentioned, I think he was 67 this week. I think I read that somewhere.
I think you're right, yes. I think Terry was celebrating his birthday during the week after, so happy birthday to you, Terry, as well. What a hardy player he was.
Well, maybe it's been a season, but the fans liked him, yeah.
Cult hero.
Said it
Think,
before, I'll say it again. He's a face like a welder's winch, doesn't he?
Hello? Aye. Wonderful. Oh, well, I've enjoyed my caller. Evening, caller. How we doing?
All right, bud. How you doing?
I give your name. The guys don't put it in. What's your name, mate? What you call you?
It's Tamo.
Tamo.
Aye.
All right. Carry on, Tamo.
All right, bud. I'm still undecided on Russell Martin at the moment because I was at the Hibs game and I noticed he made a lot of changes. The players he's brought in, like say Tav coming back in for Aarons, Giga getting dropped for Cornelius, obviously bringing Raskin back in, putting Gasman out to the left, and also bringing Miviovski for Danilo. So I think the guy's starting to learn from his mistakes. And it was a good. I thought we played well on Saturday against Hibs, and hopefully this is a turning point for him.
I hope you're right, mate, because if we get a turning point, it means we keep winning. Oh, better.
I'm still undecided if I want to keep him as a manager or not, but I'd like to see this as a turning point for him because I think he is learning from his mistakes, you know, because he's sticking by Aarons and like said Giga and dropping Raskin so soon out the team as well. I don't think that's helped his start of the season.
I'll be in, you come, mate.
Aye, definitely. I mean, the jury's going to get with him to the end of the season if he stays that long. It's going to be there all season, no matter how long the season goes, how many competitions we remain in. It's just a fact of life. But the only thing that's going to save him, Tamo, is the fact that he needs to win games and consistently win games. It's not just a game every now and again. He needs to consistently go on a run of games. But he's not gone anywhere. The fact of the matter is he's not gone anywhere. He'll be staying there till at least halfway. I would say halfway. I'd probably say the season. There's no chance he's getting sacked before the end of the season, unless we go in some crazy mad run of defeats. Then it's ching ching cheerio to him. But up until that time, which I hope never comes. But I'm with you. Let's hope he's learnt his mistakes and he's learnt. It's all right saying the players have no learnt the system and all that, but he's got to learn as well that Gazaman's better on the left, Raskin's better on the team if he's playing well. Obviously, he's better on the team in the position he played him on Saturday. Things like that. There's no use to. There's no use to fight that and say, "Oh no, but I don't want him to play there." But that's his best position. He plays well there. Well, play him there. Don't be mental. Play him there. So I'm with you there. I'm with you 100% there, pal. He's definitely got to learn from his mistakes, and let's hope Saturday proved that he has learned from his mistakes.
EK.
Hi, welcome to the show, Tommy. He's basically on a game-by-game contract as far as the support's concerned. It's all about wins. Nothing less than wins is acceptable now, and it's him and the players that's put him in this position, so there's pressure on them. Of course there is. This is what happens when you're at the club of our size, our stature. So we've got a chance to go to European now, different level of opposition. We don't really know what to expect. I don't think we've ever played Genk in a European tie, but they're Belgian, and we played against Belgian opposition this year, and I think they finished third in their league last year, so they're no mugs. if they can get themselves together. They had a good win against Lech Poznan to qualify for the Europa before, the sections and that get drawn. So it's an opportunity, another opportunity there to go out there and put 3 points on the board early and see where it takes us. Try and take advantage of their poor form. We're on poor form as well, but the only thing that will get us through it is wins, mate.
Yeah, let's hope so. I hope. As I say, I don't want to see the guy going to do. Obviously, got a bad start, but just hope he's learned from his early mistakes and sticking by players that I don't think he should have stuck by, i.e. Aarons, and I don't fancy the guy Giga at the back at all either. I think it's a bomb scare.
I actually thought Giga started all right, and then as soon as he made a mistake, we watched him wilt in front of our eyes. He's got a bit of pace about him, but his decision making, and he looks like a young guy trying to play where you want a bit of experience. Yeah, he's got pace, but because you make mistakes, your pace will not get you out. And it's glad that somebody knows the game. It's recognised that Aarons isn't a good player. Albert?
No, I was getting brought into that one. Aarons, you'll never know. You'll never know if you don't play the boy. I think he's got potential to be a really decent player. Aarons. He's no show then, but I definitely think he is. There's something there. I'd like to see Jigger with Cornelius. I'd like to see him with him to see if he could talk him through the game, because he looks a bag of nerves to me at the moment, Big Jigger. But he has got pace. So I think with somebody like Cornelius next to him, settling down to say, look, calm down, we'll just get you through this. Same as the wee left back. The wee left back, I think, is going to come on leaps and bounds now with that big centre half's in there, because he's already shirked him for the header that Boyle got goal on Saturday. He should have never got that header on goal without at least a challenge in there. So things like that, these players can come on. Aarons is one of the ones. He's got to take over for Tavernier, so he's got big shoes to fill. Trouble is, he's not played enough football, and he's no showdown at the moment. But the game against Bruges was sort of the downfall of him, when he just pulled that guy down for no good reason. You're sitting saying, no, son, what are you doing? That was just stupid. Is that lack of experience or lack of ability or a combination of both? I don't know. But that seemed to be the one that's knocked the nail in, as it were, for his Rangers career, saying, no, you're not good enough. He might very well not be good enough, but I think there is something there. I definitely think there's something there.
Well, Giga and Aarons, mate, the two of them are loan players, so when you get so far down the season, mate, and you're starting to think about next season, unless they're playing well, what's the point? I get how we've had to pay it. I understand about loan players and all that, how we had to bring in, because we couldn't do, with that much of a turnover, you're not going to get everything. So I get it. You've done the midfield to a certain level, and you've done a lot of forward players, and then next year there'll be more, and maybe even a few in January. But you can't do everything at once. I understand that. But once you go down the loan players so far, if you get to March and that and they're not on the team, what's the point?
No, I know. You're right. And by the way, you're still paying a loan fee to the clubs as well, and their wage. So you're right. It's just I'm not really keen on the loan players, to be honest with you. And ahead of players who are actually contracted to us, I'm just no keen on the idea at all. But it just seems to be modern day football, because a lot of the players are surplus to requirements at their own kind of parent club, so they've got to get game time somewhere. But I'm like you, I don't like players coming in and using as a stepping stone. It might work out for you. It has in the past with Cherny and Tillman, Big Seamer, great loan players for us in the past. But defensively, you need the stability there to go forward, and it's going to chop and change. I think Big Cornelius looks the part. The new, I think he had to take Aarons out the fire line, because he wasn't offering what Tav could offer. I think Tav's still no offering what he could offer on previous seasons, but he's more reliable than what Aarons was getting us. And the young boy Magoma has come in and kind of found his straps right away. So it looks a wee bit better on paper, but we need wins and nothing else.
Amo?
I agree with all your points here. I think loan signs, especially in the defence, if they're away next season, you're building the defence again. So I definitely think we should be. I don't know if the guy Fernandes would be a good addition to get back into the defence again as well, but I'd rather have a settled defence this season and hopefully get into these a good run of wins. That's what I'm hoping for.
Fernandes, I thought we might have seen Merriam, but obviously the manager's no confidence after Love Street. AK,
Seems to be, aye. I mean, he scored the goal against Alloa for his debut, didn't he? He's a big guy, but he's brought in a Canadian internationalist here because he obviously wasn't keen in that position of the team and moved Suter across. So Suter's back in his own position, but has his contract's up in the air as well. He doesn't know whether he's going to stay beyond this season or not. So there's a lot of question marks there, which doesn't help the player or the team. But aye, Fernandes, it's a big outlay for the boy. For he come in for about $3.5 million and we've barely seen him. That doesn't augur well.
Albert, what kind of contract he offered Suter? This will be good, AK. Albert?
Me, I wouldn't offer him any contract, to be honest with you. That's just me, you know what I mean? He's no good enough. He's just simply no good enough. But can we afford to get a centre half in that is good enough? The loan players like Arns and De Jigger, they should be there for cover. I've not got a problem if Cornelius, because we've got an option to buy him, I believe, and Fernandes is for player. So I've not got a problem they players being the first team choices and Jigger and Arns being the cover at the moment. The fact that we know we need a right back, but we're never going to sign Arns because it's going to be too much money anyway, or Jigger. So I don't mind them players coming in. It's like wee boy Moore. If he's getting in this team and getting the amount of games, as I said before, if he helps you go and win the league, fine, great. If he doesn't, he's a waste of time. He may as well have done Curtis. Coming in doing the exact same thing with a bigger goal for it. So at the moment, that's what I treat loan players as being, especially if you've got players there that are signed for that position. The loan player becomes a cover. But at the moment, we seem to think we seem to want to bring the loan players in as the main event. With Jigger, we think no, £10 million centre half, he'll be the main event. Well, he looked good, but he looks a bit nervous and a bit jittery now, so he didn't look to play with. So that's fine. We'll get Cornelius there, we'll get Suter there, we'll get Fernandes there. These three should be your first team choice. If you're playing two, it's two of the three, or if you're going to play three at the back, it's the three of them. Tavernier will play for the simple reason that Aarons is not doing enough to put him under any pressure. But if Tavernier gets injured or goes off form for any reason, you just bring Aarons in to see if he's going to work. But as a covered player, as simple as that, mate. As you say earlier on, we've not got all the money to go and sign players permanently. I laugh at when people say, "Oh, we should go out and spend £4 or £5 million for a player and all that, or more money." I mean, that player could be a dumpling as much as somebody you bought on or you brought in loan. There's no guarantee, but the trouble is with a loan player, if he has a dumpling, you can get rid of him very, very easily, mate.
That's how I quite like the loan to buy, mate. The loan to buy, I can see the logic in that, yeah. You get to know the character and you've got an option in that, yeah.
Yep. But if you do all the big money signing, like Matondo, they sat there for 4 years, 3 years so far, going on 4 years, doing nothing, absolutely nothing. No good enough.
18 league games.
Aye. And you've spent a lot of money and paying a lot of money and wages on them. So, but the loan player, that's where the loan player comes in. If he does, as a dumpling, put him back to his club. Take home,
right,
walk away.
We've been John Beale Smith. Evening, Smith.
Hi, Ox. Hi, everybody. How are you?
Good.
Am I sounding better tonight?
Yeah, it sounded
Aye,
better.
I feel
You
a
don't
wee
sound intelligent, you sounded better.
Well, you sound like you're slacking your bra strap off, mate. That's what you sound like.
Just hope my boss isn't listening to this and want me back in work. No, just listen, this whole loan thing, right, has been stick with my craw. You know, the boy Chermiti's come in for 8 to 10 million. Why is he no come in on a loan with an option? Yet we've got in a situation where you could have Aarons, Giga, Cornelius and the wee left back on loan.
Well,
You know, that's not the realms of possibility. No, that's what I'm saying. They're all on loan. That's my point now. You know, it's and it's not the realms of possibility that a lineup with A4 in the team. When that's we shouldn't be in a situation where our entire defence.
But the trouble is, mate, and we try to explain it. What they've done is you can see it rightly or wrongly, right? They went and spent their money at the top end of the pitch with some at the back with Fernandez. Yeah, they brought Fernandez in and they brought some midfielders in. So we've spent some money, but mostly it's at the top end of the pitch. We've got people at the door, and then you can see what's coming in the next window where they'll try and concentrate more midfield and defence because you can only spend so much dough, right? Because of some of the rules and regs that are in place. But anyway, our net spend's no massive, mate, if we're honest. You know, but
no, it's not.
It's not. We've spent some money. I would think when they were planning it, I don't know if they would assume they would have got so much money in, if I'm honest, because the Jeffrey one, never seen that coming, you know, and some of the players that's moved on. And if Albert said earlier on the show, you'd also like to get rid of maybe even Matondo, Kieran Dow, and maybe Danilo, if you're honest, the big money. So there's a lot of revolving still today. Would it be the way I'd have done it? Maybe traditionally, they maybe started at the back and try to build that and get stronger and take it for there. But they went for the top end of the pitch. That's where we'll put my door at the moment. And obviously, that's how it's panned out. And we've got these players on loan. And you're right, Smith. When we played in Bruges with 3 loan players in Suter, it started, yeah. And arguably, none of them will be at the club the next summer. So there's going to be a big movement in that in the pitch, yeah.
I mean, it's even you've got a loan with an option's great. A loan with an obligation, you don't want that. You'll end up with the Cortez situation, you know, having an obligation. You don't want that. You just want the option. So I think I'd like to see the club having a policy where if they do bring a loan player, it's in our interest. It's always a loan with an option and nothing else.
If you don't get a deal right, mate, you'll not get them. And that's the problem, mate. All the powers with them. And I get you with the obligation. It's a gamble if you're stuck with Cortez. But what is the option then? Is both parties get the option? AK? And then what have you actually got if both parties have got the option? You have nothing of you really, because you might want to sign him. The guy goes, nah.
Aye, good evening, Smith. Listen, European football now, the market is crazy, and we're the kind of lower end of the market with the kind of transfer fees that everybody's looking to wheel and deal for the best deal that they can get for their club. Now, a lot of them will be rotten players or substandard players for the level that we want to get to, that kind of higher level, but it's crazy where the transfer market has went to. See if you look back at 30 years ago, for example, I think Alan Shearer was 15 million or something like that. He went to Newcastle for Blackburn and he was the highest in the world back then. Now you're talking, what are you talking, 150 million, 200 million players, their own wages of $500,000 a week and everything. They're still not happy with that. There, Sterling, I'm seeing, has went from Liverpool, Chelsea to Arsenal, and he's not willing to drop below 300 grand a week to get a game. And it's obscene. We're trying to rebuild an entire squad there. I mean, 18 players have been out. I think 14 have come in, so they're a turnover of 32 players. As Ox says, we've got to start somewhere. I think you mentioned that. I've heard you before, Smith, say that the management and the recruitment, they've underestimated the league the teams that they're up against. And the fact we've only scored, what is it, 3 league goals so far in the 5 games, we conceded 5 goals. I think they're probably looking for a return out of their strikers. So far, they know at least 12 goals we'll say we'll score, bro. Well, that'll get us at least 2 or 3 wins on the board out of the 5 games that we've played. So that they've not hit the ground running. And, all the players in the midfield aren't creating enough. The strikers aren't scoring enough. And we're playing a kind of high risk, strategy with our defence. So there's a lot of factors behind the scenes. Plus, we've got to try and integrate the squad. And I know people don't like it, but it takes time, and you don't get time at a club like Rangers. You need results.
Oh, you need results, all right. I mean, ultimately, I don't want to sort of sound like a broken record and sort of bashing Martin or whatever. But the guy doesn't, even though he's played in it, the guy doesn't know the league. He's underestimated teams in the league. He came out against them and he said, sorry, on you go.
You might be right there, Smurf, but the point that I don't know if he had Tomo's point when he came back on. He was saying that he maybe learned from his mistakes a bit. Tomo, do you want to make that point again? Let Smurf come back in because it's
just basically, I think he's learned from his bad start because he's actually dropped a lot of players that weren't doing the job for him. And what I seen Saturday was he dropped all the bad players that not done anything for him, and he's brought in better players. And I thought Saturday was the best we've played. We dropped the likes of Danilo, Aarons, Giga, and bringing Raskin back into midfield. So I do think we're going to win and run.
I can't buy into that. So when I look at the strikers, when you're talking about Danilo, right, nothing was really created for the boy. He's lost a yard of pace, I think, for that knee injury. And ultimately, the 2 strikers that were in front of him were on the cusp of moves. One refused to come on in the game, and Majowski and Chermiti weren't there at the club. So he's not really been dropped because of the lack of form. He was only playing because there was nobody else in front of him, really, to be honest. So I didn't really have that one. And learned his lesson. Well, Murrow game, he publicly slated all the legacy players, as he put it. Go back and watch it. Again, I've referenced this 3 or 4 times. Slated them. Said that they're basically more or less, and I'm paraphrasing, that they go to other managers the sack and they'll not get him the sack. And the following week, he gubbed again with his own players and then refused to slate them. He's caused nothing but division. He was arrogant. And then he's get to a point of no return, basically. I mean, he shouldn't be there. It's a miracle he's there. And the wee man gets brought back into the team. No, he is. The wee man's come back into the team. The team's played more or less a style that they were more akin to before they go there and get and it wasn't a great game against Hibs. Let's say they didn't go and blow Hibs away. It could have been Hibs could have scored. It was a routine win, and to be fair, Boyle missed a sitter, and the goal that was scored, it was chalked off it. It was a handball. See if he'd hit that with his thigh, that was a goal and all. So, and how would they have reacted to that? So, I'm not looking into that.
Smurfs went silent. Bye. We've got what we've got, all there. And people made up their mind and they're not going to change it. But he is our manager, and if he keeps winning games, the noose slackens, the air comes out the balloon. If we don't win games, the noose tightens and the pressure mounts in the balloon, mate. Yeah.
Same for any manager, mate. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah,
it's just same for every manager. From my point of view, he has learned, and I think he was right what he said against Motherwell. To be honest with you, mate, what he said against Motherwell, I took out of that. There's certain players were playing with an ego. They were doing too much on the ball. And he was right. And he was talking about Raskin at the time. And he was talking about Raskin when he was going through. He could have knocked the ball to the left or the right to somebody running through, and he refused to do it. He held on to the ball too long. That's what he was talking about. And he was right. And he tried to tell Raskin, he says to Raskin, more is less for you. Don't do as much on the ball as you've been doing. Do a bit less, but be more intelligent. Let the ball go when it should. Release the ball when you should be releasing it. He's not calling Raskin a bad player. He's just saying he's just showing a wee bit of inexperience. That's all he was saying. But that got blown into all sorts. I mean, it got to the stage. Like, the results started going wrong for him, so everybody just started just on his case with, you said this, you said that, you say the next thing. Winning games is about, mate. I don't care. I don't care what manager it is. It's winning games. Mate. If he doesn't win games, he's gone. If he does win games, he's staying. Simple. It's for the loan players. You got to remember, by the way, I'm right. I think I'm right in saying this, that the loan players don't get included in the FFP rules. Is it FFP? Is that what you call it? That fair play thing. The loan players don't get included in that. Is that right? I was saying the FTP the last time.
Are you dirty in that?
But I don't think they're included. So that's another reason why you're getting loan players.
I think we might have two Smurfs in the call. Smurf, are you still there? Isn't he? He's done some ways. But there you go.
That's Smurf 1.
Obviously. Smurf 1 and Smurf 2.
I don't know what's going on, but if you can hear me, my phone died, and I've stuck it in charge, and I'm on my laptop here. So, aye, I don't know how
Gonna
there's
do us
two
a favour,
Smurfs.
mate. Gonna do us a favour and turn your camera off. I've just did my dinner.
My camera on.
Is
it on, aye?
Camera. No,
he's kidding you on.
Hear me. Listen, I've been at death's door here, right? That's no funny, that.
Now you look at.
Don't make me laugh. Just this even.
Oh dear. Sorry, Smurf. Sorry, mate. Tomo, just shows you people see the game different things, different setups, different players, different situations, yeah.
Aye, definitely. Aye, but I agree with most of the points the boys have said.
Aye. Anything else, Tomo? Anything else on your mind? Anything
No,
for
just
tomorrow night?
Thanks for having us on the show, lads. Much appreciated. Really enjoyed that. Thanks a lot.
Brilliant, mate. Speak to you again, mate. Really good call, mate. Really good call.
Thank you. Cheers, lads. See you later.
See you later, pal.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers,
There
mate.
you go. You could take a leaf out of his book. What a nice guy.
Aye, okay.
He's in full health, Smith. I tell him. He's in
I
full
know,
health,
that's
that
it.
man.
Aye. I know. I'm waiting in the vet coming.
I thought you were a vet.
Veteran.
Aye.
Oh, dear me.
We're trying to cheer you up, Smurf. We're trying to cheer you
I
up.
know. I'm happy. Aye, I'm sort of face like Halloween cake.
Smurf, top 3 Ali McCoy's goals.
Top 3 Alan McCoy's goals. The header at Ellen Road. One of my favourites is one that will maybe stick in your mind. It was a game. It was at Love Street against St Mirren. And the ball came to him.
It would be.
Came to him really quick, and he sort of killed it, but switched it on with his right foot onto his left foot and took it first time. I don't know if you remember.
I've seen that goal today. It's a brilliant goal. Absolutely
It's a brilliant. What a goal that it was. And see, if I'd have thought about that, I'd have missed it. But it was instinctive. I loved that goal. And Remember the 4 each game at Ibrox?
Basket
That
Cup.
was.
No,
No. It was a league game.
it was a league game before that at Ibrox, mate. It was the
Mate,
same
remember
season.
that?
Same season.
Kisses his boot.
That's it. That's my top 3 favourite Coyce goals. Aye.
He's some celebrations and all, didn't he?
What? AK, you know better.
Sorry.
One at a time.
I think that put the 3 of them, you know, it's the Champions League qualifier, scoring away, diving header, Roy Rover stuff. But I think my favourite of the 3 of the goals is the one at Off Street. I think that's a brilliant goal. That every time I look at it, it's full admiration for it, really, you know.
Aye,
great.
Special player, mate. Special player. As I said earlier on, we don't think we'll see the likes of him again. Tomorrow night, so we're thinking, we're sort of agreed on, we've got 2 positions up for grabs. We've went for the same back 4. All Bears went for Raskin, Diamande and Asgard, that right? All Bear. You've got Rothwell on the bench. Ant-Man, Majowski, and the gas man. That was AK's went slightly different. He's took out Diamande, brought in Rothwell. That right, AK?
Yeah.
What about yourself, Roth? What are you thinking?
No, I'm going with All Bears lineup.
Okay, there you go. Well, there's only one in it. Yeah, so you know he's got Rothwell on the bench. You still thought Rothwell would take part, All Bear, didn't you?
I think he'll come on. I would start using him. If he's not going to play him permanently on or start with him, I would start using him as an impact sub, mate. I think he might be better.
Well, I don't know if it's your telly or something, Smith, but we're getting interference for you, mate.
Me? Okay.
Go on mute when you're not talking, mate. Put your computer. That's it. I'd be interested in AK, yeah. And obviously, we've got a big sub to come on. Big unit, the big boy, yeah. Big unit.
Oh,
he needs to play football.
6'4", I believe. I read a wee bit on him too. I think he's about 18 stone and all. So he's a big unit up front there. He's put a fair bit of muscle on him too. So he just needs game time. He needs up to speed. I recognise that Alexander Isak isn't starting a lot of games for Liverpool now, so he's trying to integrate him. I know it's a totally different level of player, but he's just trying to get him up to fitness, because you said before that a lot of these players haven't played a lot of game time before they come to us, and we expect them to hit the ground running. And you've mentioned them with Giga and with Aarons, guys are up, and they need that a few weeks to get up to speed. So hopefully he'll make an impact when he does come in. And who knows, he might change his formation to a 3-5-2 and play Miovski and Chirmity up front when he is available and fit.
That'll be some wall with him, Fernandez, Cameron and Barron in it, All Bear, wouldn't it?
I know. It'd be the one the castle was, isn't it? 2 turrets and 2 wee bits.
Aye. We wanted big players. They too, Bridgeman, he's delighted.
We wanted big players, but no on one player. Spread the height about it.
Predictions
massive.
for tomorrow night, lads. Predictions. AK.
2-0 Rangers.
That'll do me. Any victory. All Bear?
Yeah, I'll go with that. 2-0, mate. We've got Saturdays, right?
Aye, I would like us to win both halves, mate. Yeah, does that make sense?
1-0 each half will do me.
That's fine. Smurf?
Aye, I'll go with 2-0. And as you say there, it's important we have to be starting games well. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for them to get after a flyer and be at it. straight for the first whistle, which has been something that's been lacking. No, even just this season, last season I know. So I want to see them straight at it, on fire, full endeavour, straight for the first whistle.
Yeah. Aye. Looking forward to it, AK?
Oh, always look forward to seeing the Rangers play. So I'm looking for the 3 points to get us off to a winning start. I think it's the last 5 years we've qualified for the knockout phases as well, Ox, is that right? So it's a tournament. It's a tournament that's been kind to us. So let's go.
Let's go. Oh, is there a cryptic clue in that, Albert?
Aye, he's a bit of a Gerald fanboy, isn't he?
Knows much as Bridge. He's got a tattoo. That's how he wants them back so he can get it out, get his value for money.
Aye, where's he got the tattoo? But that's the thing.
That would be telling me.
Nah, well, we'll keep that off air.
Aye. So listen, it's important. It's important for revenue, Smurf, isn't it? Europe, it's mental now. It's changed, and it's not about the glory. It's about revenue.
Well, you can't yeah. I mean, it's just a correlation. Talk about Spurs, didn't we? Yesterday, and their commercial revenue has tripled since they built that stadium. And you can't have success without money now. It's just how it is. So it's about the revenue. We're a Europa League team, and I hope we go to the sort of knockout stages as well. Maybe get a quarter final or whatever. It'd be good to see because we're going to need it going forward, But let's see how things develop.
Cheers, mate. Hope you get stronger the next couple of days again, mate. You sound a wee bit better than you did the night before.
Well, I'm just thinking about taking myself to the embalmers and just getting it done with and dealt with.
I'd take you around the back of the shed, mate. We better lead behind here, sort you out.
He's got just for the record, Albert, he's got a cold. Yeah.
Aye, but it's a man flu. Come on, behave yourself. The worst flu to get.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I hate my work that much. I've been licking toilet seats, mate. Right, listen, boys, I'm going to go see you later.
All right, cheers, Smurf. At least he's laughing. Last word, AK.
Oh, thanks again for the having us on there tonight. Good show again, and we look forward to tomorrow night. Thanks to yourself, Albert, and the techie team, and wish Fox all the best. Come on, the Rangers.
Yeah. Albert?
Aye, good to be on tonight, mate, with yourself and AK, background troops, Fox and Old School Blue. Enjoyed it. Thanks for the callers, Smurf and is it Tamo?
Tomo.
Right.
Tamo. Hope we don't have a toe and that with Tamo toe.
Aye, good tonight, mate. Come on, the Rangers. Let's get another victory. Slipping a wee victory in there. 2-1 week, be nice.
Yeah. Listen, this is thanks to Tamo Smurf for joining us. Of course, the one and only AK and Albert for doing the show. Fox and Old School Blue in the background. Rangers Radio will be back tomorrow night, talking about all things Rangers as we build up to the match against Ghent at home in the first group stage of the Europa League. Big game for the club. We'll be here at 7 o'clock building up to the game. Thanks to everybody for listening. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And remember, come on, the Rangers. Take it away, Old School Blue.